So long, farewell, Aviters, and I do to you and you and you. When push comes to shove, I'm not very good with emotions. It's not that I'm really bad with dealing with other people's emotions. When they're upset and they need to be comforted, I can do that. I mean, sometimes I question how well I'm doing it, but I can extend a hand or a hug or a kind word or, a pet on the head, which I think is more animal appropriate than human appropriate, but people pretty much just take what I can give. But when it comes to my own emotions and allowing myself to be comforted or articulating to somebody what I need in a certain moment, things just kind of fall apart. In this very crazy thing called life, there are events and situations and moments where emotions are warranted. And even though that's hard for me to accept, I do know it. And even though it is hard for me to show emotions in these moments, I know that they are perfectly acceptable. And I'm working on being able to show them. To be perfectly honest, I think that it would probably be easier if I was a cyborg, because this human stuff, it's kind of hard for me. And I'm not even joking about that. Sometimes it feels as though I'm completely detached from my natural human responses. It's kind of funny because I often say to the people in my life, my friends, my family, the relationships that I have, that they need to tell me what they need when they need it, because I'm not a mind reader. Except it doesn't work in reverse. It's almost as though I want them to just know, and it's impossible. And there's totally a divide when it comes to emotions with me, because it's perfectly acceptable for me to say that I'm angry, frustrated, annoyed. It's really hard for me to say that I'm sad, that I'm lonely, that I'm upset, or that I need a hug. You get to a point where you think that you've ironed out all your crap and that it's wrinkle-free and you're ready to hop into a relationship with somebody and things are going to be good because you've worked through your own issues and you're ready to give unto somebody else and not expect anything and not have any obligations. And then there you are, knee-deep in this new crush that you have, and then something from your childhood rears its ugly head and you have to confront it and face it and work through it. But while you want to do it alone and not put your issues on anybody else, you kind of have to, because they need to be in the know and they need to be privy to the crap that's whirling around in your head. Not all of it, because no one, and I do mean no one, needs to know everything that's going on in here. And I know this is a little bit of a tangent, and it really only came to be because I realized how bad I am with goodbyes. Not like hanging up the phone or if you run into somebody on the street, but goodbyes. Like when you're with somebody that you like, that you don't really necessarily want to leave, that you're gonna miss. I don't know how to deal with that situation, so I just get quiet and I close myself off. And then when I try to explain, it just comes out weird and wrong. And the reason for that is because it's another emotional moment and I don't know how I'm supposed to act. And everything I do and say just seems silly in that moment. Maybe a bit childish. I don't know. But I'm bad at saying goodbyes. And I'm bad at emotional stuff. And all I can do is try to learn and try to get better at it. I guess the only logical explanation is to make it so that I don't have to say goodbyes to people that I don't want to say goodbye to. And that is the end of my rambling for this week. I hope to see you all again next week for another edition of That Girl Tyson.
General quarters, all hands man your battle stations, all hands man your battle stations.
Oliver?